Welcome back to the final installment on solving linear equations. As you may have guessed from the title, it's a diagnostic test. The test contains 10 problems. Here's what I recommend you do. I want you to pause the video for each problem, work it out, and then continue watching to see if you got it right. Even if you got it wrong, I want you to take it as a real test. Do not use any sources, just take the test for it's like a real test and see what happens, right? I wish you all the best. Let's get started. The first problem, you're given 5 over 6x equals 4 over 5. What's the value of x? So essentially, I'm going to write it as 5x over 6 equals 4 over 5. You can cross multiply, which would give you 25x equals 24. So x equals 24 over 25. If you got this as the answer, then you're probably right, and that is the correct answer. Let's go to the second problem. When 1/2 of the number n is decreased by 4, the result is -6. What is 3 times n added to 7? Let's figure out what is the algebraic expression for the actual problem before we work out the second part of it. So 1/2 of a number is n over 2 is decreased by 4, and that's equal to -6. You're asked to determine what is 3 times n plus 7. What is this equal to? Okay, so which means first we have to figure out what is n. So just assume an imaginary denominator of 1. Then we can take the common denominator as n minus 8 equals -6, n minus 8 equals -12, n equals, what is it, -4, right? We add plus 8 on both sides, it'll be -4. So 3n plus 7 would be 3 times -4 plus 7, which would be -12 plus 7 is -5, and that is the answer. If you have got -5 as the correct answer, then you're correct. If 4 minus 7x is 5 less than 23, remember the is the breaking point. So 4 minus 7x is already given, and that's equal to 5 less than 23. So 23 minus 5 is 18, right? If you want, I can write the step down. 4 minus 7x equals 23 minus 5. So -7x equals 14, right? 18 minus 4. So x equals -2. You're asked to determine 3x. So 3 times -2 equals -6. -6 is the correct answer. P equals F times 1/2 V squared plus 1. There's a lot of things here, but it's essentially asking which of the following expresses the square of the velocity in terms of pressure and force. So essentially you want this term to be on the left side and everything else has to go to the right side, right? So what's the best way to do would be you have P equals F. I guess you can divide by F first, which would get rid of F. So P over F equals 1/2 V squared plus 1. Now you can add -1 on both sides. So P over F minus 1 equals 1/2 V squared. So V squared would be multiplied by 2 on both sides. So it'll be 2 over P over F minus 2 times P over F minus 1 equals V squared, right? Is there a choice that matches that? Or you can say 2P or 2P over F. If you take F as a common denominator, then it'll be 2 times P minus F over F, and that is the correct answer. Okay. 1/2 of the number n is increased by 10 is the same as 4 less than twice the number. Again, yes is the breaking point. So 1/2 of the number n, 1/2 of number n over 2 is increased by 10, and that's equal to, right? Same as 4 less than twice the number. So twice the number is 2n minus 4. Do we have it? Do. It's choice C. Okay. If x equals 1 minus y and 3x equals 8 minus 5y, what's the value of x? You know, I suggest you write it like how you write x plus y equals 8. If you want to write it in this format, it makes life simple. So if you do that to this expression, it'll be x plus y equals 1, because I added plus 1 on both sides. Similarly, I added plus 5 on both sides, so it'll become 3x plus 5y equals 8. I just multiply by 5 to the expression at the top and 1 in the one below, which would give me 5x plus 5y equals 5. 3x plus 5y equals 8. Why did I do that? Is so I can cancel out y. So if I subtract these two terms, it'll be 2x equals negative 3. So x equals negative 3 over 2. Okay. The quotient of a number and 5 equals 9 less than 1/2 the number. Please be very careful with this sort of problem. It seems very, very innocuous, but it can really bite you. Okay, so quotient of a number and 5. So n over 5 equals 9 less than 1/2 the number. So n over 2 minus 9, right? So let's solve this side by positioning an imaginary 1. So that'll make it 2 as a common denominator. So it's n minus 18 equals n over 5. So if you cross multiply, then we get 2n equals 5n minus 18. So it'll be negative 3n equals negative 18, n equals 6. What is the number? Did I do something wrong? The quotient of a number and 5 equals 9 less than 1/2 the number. 2n equals 5n minus. Oh, what a genius I am. 5 times 18 is not 18. I must be given Nobel Prize for mathematics. So it'll be, sorry. I'm glad I am recording these so you see that I'm not editing any of my videos to make myself look correct. So 2n equals 5n minus 18 times 5 is, I believe, 90. I'm like, none of the answer choices make, but I did the problem right. So negative 3n equals negative 90. So n equals 30. Please don't make the mistake I did. After all the hard work, you make one calculation error. But in this case, the error did not cost me because I did not see a value of 6 in the answer choice. Had 6 had been an answer choice, then it's my loss. I would have got it wrong. So please don't make the mistake of making a calculation error. It can cost you dearly, right? Well, we're coming to the end of the diagnostic test. It's problem 9 and 10 left. So let's go ahead and solve problem 9. If a over b equals 1, what's the value of a minus b? Well, a equals b, right? So a minus b equals 0. A over b equals 1. So a equals b, a minus b equals 0. All right. When an object is thrown from the ground into the air with an initial upward speed of v0 meters per second, the speed v in meters per second is given by v equals v0 minus 9.8 t. where t is the time in seconds. The speed of an object becomes 0 when the object reaches its maximum height. If the object is thrown upward with an initial speed of 14, how many seconds does it take to reach its maximum height, right? They're saying the speed becomes 0 when it reaches the maximum height. And the question is asking, how long does it take to reach the maximum height? Assuming the ball has made it to the maximum height, because that's when you can calculate the maximum time, right? The time it takes to reach the maximum height. That means this is 0, which would leave you with V0 equals 9.8 t. V0 is 14 equals 9.8 t. So t equals 14 over 9.8. You've taken physics classes, you would see this problem is not that hard, because physics classes have a lot more difficult ones. 1.429, it's asking round your answer to the nearest 100. This is ones, tens, and this is the 100. Because this is a number less than 0.5, you can just leave it as 1.4. And that's the end of the diagnostic test on solving linear equations. If you've got a 10 out of 10, comment below, said you got it, you got all 10 right. If you missed out, then just reflect back and figure out where you went wrong and just work from there, right? I'll see you with another topic. Bye-bye.